Hello, good morning. This is episode 6. My name is Ash, and if you'd like to know what's up with these videos, please go to episode 1. I explain it to you. I'm here to not say anything new, and ideally, the goal is to guide you back to yourself. All the information you need is inside of you. I was on vacation last week. I took a little video of the lake that we were on. I find it interesting that some people had negative things to say about a lake. So, our first topic today is you don't have to do anything you don't want to. That is a paradigm that can get blown up, and it can mean absolutely anything, including don't watch this video if you don't want to. No one's making you do it. Um, do something that makes you happy, even if that's. How about figuring out how you can be creative instead of hateful and hurtful towards other people? Because, for the record, that's not creative. Chances are you're just indicating that there's something else you'd rather be doing, and you don't feel capable. So you are capable. Start small, like these videos. This is an experiment. This is an experiment of me trusting myself and trusting my intuition to put out into the world what I see as truth, and I am validated constantly by information I'm getting from other creators who are basically doing the same thing in their own way. I hear their podcasts or see their videos, and we're all basically saying the same thing, getting our information from source, I imagine, from the same place. But if you're feeling like the only thing you have to offer is to be hateful and hurtful to other people and the work that they're doing, I encourage you to pivot from that thought and really give energy and love to what it is you really want to be doing. To the people that have said really lovely, nice, kind things to me, I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you watched. To those who asked why my videos showed up on your recommended on YouTube, I don't know. I am not in charge of YouTube or the algorithms. So, again, just turn it off. You have that power. Nobody's making you do it. Something that got pressed home, as can be the case, although I have to confess that my family vacation wasn't as challenging as I usually find them, and there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is that I'm sober, to be perfectly fair and accountable for myself. You know how when families get together, they tend to pound the alcohol so they can cope. It's very clear to me that that's very much a huge part of the conflicts that arise, if that's what's happening in the family environment. But I was also brought some clarity around how each of us are our own universe. And frankly, it's a miracle that any of us get anything communicated to anybody ever. Let's be real. We all have our own mindset, thought process, belief system, concerns, triggers, all of it. And we're just these atoms bumping into each other all the time. This is why energy work is important, so that you can start to put out your energetic boundary for yourself and for other people's lack of boundaries or also boundaries, depending upon the work that they do. So if you are a person who finds it really difficult to be around people like I do, I very much encourage you to do energy work. Find someone. I have people I can guide you to. If you're interested, just let me know. It's not hard. It's not hard, and even if it was hard, it's still worth it. My life has changed dramatically. My anxiety has gone down dramatically. My ability to basically take care of myself and be like, I can't do this. I can't be around these people, or I can't be around people in general, and let that be okay. And do it when you can do it, and when you're feeling strong and in your sovereignty. And you're not going to get too bumped around by all the atoms hitting you. It's a thing. It's a real thing. And, as we said before, people are real hopped up right now, real in their self-righteous indignation and their hostility. Again, I encourage you to look at that. If that's in you right now, or it's around you. I mean, let's face it, it just is. I encourage you to just sit down, shut up, and listen to yourself. What do you need? What is self telling you? How can you pivot? How can you step away? How can you make different choices? Even if they're the same choices you've made all along, maybe it's time to change them. That's okay. That's great, actually. So I encourage everyone to take care of themselves. Put on your oxygen mask first, right? Let's talk a little bit about positive thinking. There's an aspect to positive thinking that I think is misleading that I would like to talk about. People think that positive thinking is just be positive all the time. Just be positive all the time. You'll be fine. There's an extra element to that, which is that when it's not fine, be positive that there's a solution. Be positive that if you look at it clearly and directly and face to face, instead of getting all twirly and spun out about it, you can look at it, have some self-sovereignty around it, and if you can't, you can accept that and be positive that it will resolve itself if it is not your job to solve the problem. Or be positive that you have the right and the ability to say something. There's a lot of elements to it. It's not just, if I just think positive, everything will be great. Yes and no. It doesn't mean that sometimes things aren't shitty, because let's face it, sometimes they are. You have the right to look at why. What choices are you making to contribute to the problem? Be real with yourself. Call yourself out. Call yourself out on your shit. For real. If you're spending a lot of time trying to do that to other people, I encourage you to call yourself out more and see what that does for your life. See how that creates space in your life for things that you actually want. Or even if it's just space. You don't have to fill the space. It can be space. Quiet, peaceful space. I encourage everyone, honestly, to do that. But I'm real, for whatever reason, focused on the folks that are in a hyper-negative space right now. Not focused. I'm not living there. I'm just really aware of them. And probably because I've been there, I think I've already moved through this part. Being a little person, growing up, puberty, all that sucks a lot. And a person feels like they have to be real defensive to be protected. Yeah, against the humans, against the tall people, against crowds. Being in a big high school, being in a big junior high, just a lot of energy, and not realizing that I was empathic until actually kind of recently. So feeling really out of control with my emotions and my needs. Didn't know that I was allowed to have them met. Didn't know I was allowed to ask. Didn't know I was allowed to explore, like, who is the best person to talk to about this? Who can I ask questions to? Didn't know I could ask questions. I thought that meant I was stupid, that I hadn't figured all this out. That's really unfair. But we do that to ourselves, don't we? This is the problem with paradigms. This is the problem with, oh, we've always raised kids like this, so we're just going to keep raising them like this, and we never move past these problematic thought processes that we impose on our children, who then become adults and aren't capable, aren't qualified to handle themselves. And then we do things like thrust hate and hurt at other people in an attempt to fill the void. So let us allow ourselves to parent ourselves and give ourselves the love and the fulfillment of the needs that maybe haven't happened yet. And without blame, with understanding, or at least with the understanding that maybe you don't understand. It's okay. But you're the adult now. I'm assuming you're the adult now. If you're not an adult and you're watching these, thank you. But please know that some of the information will be viable for you. I think most of it. But just be gentle with yourself in your age if you're if you're young and you're watching this. Um, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, so the concept around manifesting money or abundance or wealth is another concept that I think is misrepresented, which is to say the idea that you have to accept that you're deserving. I don't think it's about being deserving because that implies other people aren't. And if the idea of abundance is that it's already around us, it doesn't matter. We just have to receive it. Then it's not about deserving, it's about observing. It's about observing where you think it can't happen for you. So I've been looking at this for a long time. I would not be adverse to having a whole bunch of money just come at me for no reason other than I want it. I'm into it. Um, I know that is predication the word. I know the wording to not say I will have, to say I have. I am wealthy. I am abundant. And sometimes that looks different. Sometimes it isn't a whole shower of money coming down. Sometimes it's healthy and wealthy in health, which is also wealthy. Let's be real. Um, at this family gathering, we made a dinner one night, and didn't really give a lot of thought to how much money I was spending. It was street tacos. Who cares? Um, by the end of it, I realized that I had purchased enough food to feed everybody like 4 times, which is not a bad thing. I don't think that's normally how I do it. I think I'm pretty like pay attention to the recipe and the amounts, and because I don't want to spend too much money. More to the point, when we got done with it and I realized there was all this food left over, I had a wave of guilt around wastefulness, which didn't happen. It all got eaten eventually. Um, but it was real deep inside, and I realized, oh, maybe that's one of my hangups around being receptive to a whole lot of money coming my way for no reason other than I want it, is I'm concerned that I'll be wasteful with it, which is a good thing to realize. Because on the other hand, when I think about it, I have no intention of being wasteful with it. I intend to share it and to build with it and to create with it. Um, and to me, that is not wasteful. Uh, Also, which is not to say that can't happen anyway. It's important for us to realize we don't have to wait for the money to do the thing. Sometimes it's the other way around. Do the thing. I haven't got it all figured out. When it happens, I'll let you know. Um, but it is good to look at. Even just the practice of looking at it is useful, is beneficial, for sure. Um, I think we got through all the things already. Um, Again, thank you so much. If you've watched this and if you've gotten anything from it, I'm so glad. And if you are still here and you hate it, I don't know why you're still here. Um, Peace and love to everybody, and I encourage you to do the work to be self-reliant and be in your self-sovereignty and be as happy and be your best self as you can possibly be in every moment. Thank you so much. Be well, and we'll talk again soon.